take, because that's the biggest thing that stops people there. I don't know what to post, I'm not a marketer. So here's 10 things that you can do. You can create a poll or ask a question on your story. Pull out your phones, and then on stories on Facebook and Instagram, you can do polls or ask questions. Now, this isn't just to have something to post. What you're actually doing is finding the pain points for your potential clients. So examples of questions is you can say, looking to sell, and they can answer yes or no. And then if they say yes, that's a warm lead right there. You can then jump into their inbox and say, hey, I saw that you were looking to sell. Ask them more questions about it. And then another one is going to be what's stopping you. So that can be an open-ended question so that they can actually send you a response. And then you have a more detailed way to jump in there. And, oh, you don't think your credit score is good enough? You know, actually, I work with some lenders who work with people who have lower credit scores. And then that's how you can start the conversation. So if you will go to your Facebook page, press the plus button next to your profile picture.
On our agent page now.
On, yeah, whatever page that you make your posts on. Yep, and so for stories, you can't access the extra stickers until you post something. So I like to take a lot of pictures of random stuff, and that is for background purposes. You want to go in there, grab a random photo. It's going to be your background. It can be a selfie or it can be the sky. And then you go to stickers, and then you have the options for poll or question. Our whole goal with these polls and questions is to find people's pain points, give them solutions, and make them warm leads, pretty much. Let's see, another option here, number 2 is real estate milestones. That's a great post to share. How many years you've been in the business, number of homes sold to date, volume of sales sold to date. There's plenty of other, what other milestones do you think you guys could share, real estate related?
Designations, certifications.
Designations that you get. Any offices, any titles that you take, like being in the association. Being in the association. Yeah. Number 3 is going to be client stories. I'm sure you're all very personable with your clients, and that's a great opportunity to show another side of you and another side of the deal. People want to work with people who they like, and by sharing your client's stories, that's going to let people empathize with you better. But make sure you always have permission. That goes along with try to take questions at closing or during the final walkthrough when you're all there together, even if it's not like closed yet. Go ahead and preemptively take those photos. That way you have them for backup. And give your clients a heads up. They'll be more likely to be like, yeah, you can share my photo when they feel like they look good than if they're like, you surprised me, my hair's in the bun, so it's not happening. Pictures of people perform best. So anytime you can put a photo up with either your face or a client's face, please do so. That's definitely going to perform better than just a picture of a building, no matter how nice it is. Number 4 is going to be your video walkthroughs for new listings. Put those on your page. Even if you know that you have people for it already, put it up there anyway for content. And it also shows, you could showcase your knowledge of showing homes at the same time. Number 5 is going to be local news and events. This will, number 1, make your page a source of information for people so that they want to follow it and continue to follow it. And then show that you're a pillar and involved in the community. That's important. Number 6 here is going to be questions or controversial topics. When I say controversial, not politics related, I mean something that people can have an opinion on and go back and forth on. So this is great for engagement. Yes, something that is lighthearted enough, but people love sharing their opinions. Like you all are the same. Everybody has one. So anything that people can have an opinion on or say, no, this looks better, it's a great way to up your engagement. So I suggest doing those at least once a week, a post like that. Some examples, it kind of goes along with the next one. Asking for feedback on staging, color choices, or upgrades. So say you post, when this room is how it normally is, you come in, you take a photo of this area and say, our office is thinking about painting this wall an accent color. We can't decide if we should do red or blue. What do you guys think? People love giving their opinions on stuff like that, and it'll give you a lot of engagement on your page. People like HGTV, and they think that they can remodel everything now. So give them that chance too.
Everybody's a designer.
Exactly. Exactly. Number 8 here is facts, FAQs. These are great posts that just showcase your knowledge and again make you a resource for people. Just think back and make notes. Next time you get a new client, the second you start talking to them, start making notes of the types of questions that they're asking you. Write down the question and answer in like the notes on your phone, and then later on whenever you're making posts, go back and turn that into a post so that you're educating people and showing them that you know what you're talking about at the same time. Number 9 here, share vendors' posts and other agents. So it might seem counterproductive to share other agents' posts, but especially if you're in the same office together and you work together, there's no problem with supporting one another. Because if somebody's on your page anyway, they're going to come to you. But sharing vendors is important also because of reciprocity. So as people, we tend to want to do good things back for people who did good things for us. So you don't have to say, hey, I shared your post, will you go share mine? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, Mary Lee shared my post last week, let me make sure I share her post about her new listing this week. So that's going to happen, and then also you're supporting the people that you work closely with. Number 10, this is going to be your new listings, pendings, and close. New listings are going quickly, so they're very important to get up on your page immediately. Pendings, still important because they are a little time sensitive, but a lot of pendings last a while. It can be 3 or 4 weeks before something closes, so you don't have to feel so urgent about putting that up. The closings, however, there's nothing else for you to do at that point. So I would suggest keeping closing posts kind of on the back burner as something that you can use when you have nothing else to post. Awesome. So the next big question that I usually get with this kind of stuff is, when do I post? There is an actual way to see, which we'll get to here in a second. If your page is new, don't overwhelm yourself by thinking you have to post every single day. Even seasoned pages, I've had mine for like 4 years. I post maybe twice a week because for my page, that's what works. If I post more than that, my engagement starts to go down. So my suggestion is start by posting at least 3 times a week and never more than once in a day, because you don't want to draw attention away from that one post. If you do have extras that you just really want to share, maybe a picture of you like I'm at a showing or hanging out with my clients or doing paperwork, like that kind of stuff, put it on your story. That's where those belong. And then if you see a story is doing particularly well, then save it and use it as a post the next day. Go straight into your insights to check this out manually. For anybody that wants to look, I think you cannot do it on your phone. They changed it or something. I couldn't figure it out. On your computer though, you would just go to, so this is how it should look whenever you go to your page. And then we have insights right here. Go to posts right here. And that's what I was looking for. So this is when your fans are online. And you can see here the time of day that most of your fans are online, and then the day of the week up here at the top it tells you. So most people are online on Jessica's page on Wednesday, and then you can actually hover over it and see that's Wednesday. And you see on Wednesday this is the busiest time, somewhere around 6 p.m. Pin that one. Last point here, probably the most important thing that we'll talk about, it's going to be batching and scheduling out your content ahead of time. If you see anybody or you follow anybody that you're like, man, they are just killing it, they're posting every single day, they always have all this fun, engaging content, they did not wake up that morning and make that content. It was probably made last week. So anytime that you can get a lot of posts made at once and then schedule them out for a week and then you don't have to think about it, that is going to just make your life so much easier. And that's how I handle all my client accounts too, because it would be impossible for me to wake up every day and create 5 to 10 different posts that are amazing and engaging. So some examples of things you can do are if you make a video talking about our front window, for example, and then you have a couple different points that you make about this, you can then turn that video into a bunch of different content. So you can break it down and make smaller little graphic posts out of it, or an infographic or a newsletter that you can send out. So you're taking that one piece of content, which is that video tutorial, and turning it into about 5 or 6 different pieces that you can send. Batching and scheduling. Oh, scheduling. Speaking of scheduling, there are all kinds of apps you can use for this stuff. Do not waste your time. Facebook has a scheduling tool built in that is helpful, and you can see everything planned out. So here I am back on my page. I'm not gonna go here to create post. I'm gonna go to publishing tools. So publishing, when you would like to schedule this for, we can do tomorrow at 11:30.
Mine looks different. Mine looks like a calendar, and I could select the
You
day.
probably were using Creator Studio.
Yeah.
There's a million different tools, even within Facebook, that you can use. So yeah, Creator Studio is a good one too. I just don't personally use it because I'm old school and I haven't moved on to the new tools yet. But yes, that's the one where it'll have like an actual calendar and you can see your post laid out on it. And
Yeah,
I think you
it'll
just click
say-
it to edit it, right?
Yeah, it'll say Facebook or Instagram or.
Okay, yeah, because you can do Facebook and Instagram. And this tool right here is the same way. I can click this box right here, and the post is going to go on Instagram and Facebook. And then this one's, does Creator Studio give you this option to go ahead and share to like groups?
I don't remember that.
Okay, so this is a cool one. It'll suggest 1 or 2, and you can go over here and click. I think you can only do 3, but then you can always go back and share your post to groups. I didn't include that in this particular thing, but sharing your posts to groups that allow that kind of thing is a great tool also to get out there in front of people other than the ones who just follow you. If you want to share a post, so for Instagram I use hashtags, for Facebook I don't. I think it makes it look tacky. So I will come over here after I write my initial post and then go to Instagram and specifically put in my my hashtags for Instagram. So it'll have 2 different captions on there. And then you just go to schedule post.
Yeah.
So splice is an option. On my computer for longer videos, I use Filmora is what it's called. I have the pro version, but there is a free version of it. It just gives you a couple more options.
What is it called?
So the next one that brings us to our next point here is how to get engagement. Number 1, share your posts from the elite page that I post for you guys and tag you in. That's a good one. Number 1 is coming from your brokerage itself, so it shows people, you know, who you're with. And
Yeah.
which especially if your personal page, if you run it in a way that is conducive to your business, perfect. I do not. My personal page is my personal page, my business pages are business pages, which is why I have them separate like that. And you guys are welcome to do that too. But also I will share things on my personal page, which I encourage you all to do also. Get your friends and family to see what you have going on. Remind them that you do real estate. Maybe not every single post every single day, but share them over there. Let people remind them. And also invite all of your followers, all of your friends on your personal page to follow your business page. And then the other option is to pay to turn it into an ad. I think that 10 to 20 bucks per post, if it's something worth paying for. 10 to 20 bucks behind that is going to significantly increase your reach. Just basically putting money behind it, of course, is going to get you more reach, and then you can go outside of just the people that are currently following you. And when you're a new page, that's really helpful. I think there's actually a rule that you have to have 100 or 500 followers before you can run ads. It's one of those, but it'll tell you whenever you try to run an ad, it'll say you don't have enough followers, basically. Oh, and the last point on this, to get more engagement, make posts that are genuine and not salesy. That's it. My whole little tagline for my company is marketing with a personal touch, because you're not going to look at any of the accounts that I manage and say, oh, a company manages that. You're going to say, Jessica manages that page, or the owner of Life Babe runs that page, because that's the way that I post, like it's coming from a person. So make sure you're posting on your pages like it's coming from a person, because you're a real estate agent and your personality and you are what you're selling to people who want to work with you. So don't be afraid to be yourself, be funny. You don't have to be so, you know, uptight on there. Like, we do want to be professional and all that, but definitely have fun with it. How to make a post. Just because I want to do an actual good little tutorial for Canva. So you have your idea. You know you want to make this post. You know what time of day and when you're going to post it. You're ready to go. And then you're like, okay, well, how do I actually make it? How do I physically make it? I use Canva. The other option on here is if you see information that you come across, a news article or just whatever, newsletters that you might get sent to you by lenders with just facts and statistics and stuff like that, screenshot it and crop it. I have hundreds of screenshots in my phone of just like information that I can go back and pull from and share and cite your sources also. If there's a statistic or a number being thrown around, definitely cite your source, and maybe the date even, if it's something that fluctuates a lot, like, I don't know, that's what I was trying to think of, yeah, like interest rates. This is what we use to make all of our beautiful posts. It's super simple, and there's a free version too that's great. I used it for years before I finally paid for the pro one, and that's literally just because it gives you like more graphics and stuff to work with. So when you log in, it'll look like this. I always start with a template, always, because it's just a good starting point. It gives you something visually to look at, and then you can start moving things around. So what kind of post do I want to make right now?
A listing.
A listing. What is it going to be? A video? Is it going to be for Instagram, Facebook? What do you want to do with that? A flyer?
I always do Facebook, but
Okay.
whatever.
So we are going to do a Facebook post, which you can either thumb through there or you can just type in at the top and it'll pop up. The reason this is important is because of the dimensions. So wherever it's going is what you need to design it for. If you do the Instagram one, it will post perfectly fine on Facebook normally. Sometimes it puts some little edges on it to like fill in the space. And then automatically over here, my templates have already popped up because the last thing I searched was real estate related stuff. So I'm going to choose one that I think is cute, that I kind of like how it already is. And then it's super simple to, I want to make all the wording white. And then it even suggests, do you want to make everything white? Yes, I do. Great. And then this has a photo in it. This is I'm pretty sure it's a frame. So I can come over here to my uploads. Just grab whatever it is off your computer, it'll download. Click it, and then drag it into that space. You'll see it fill it up, and so you know it's a frame, and you can drop it. Or I suggest to always include your face somewhere, even if it's small down here, and at least your phone number. That's pretty much all I want to show you on here. And then, so you have your graphic how you want it, you're happy with it, and then you're going to go over here to share. Click this arrow and download. You have the option to do a transparent background if it's just maybe some little image that you want that you don't want the white around it, so you can make it transparent. And then you just hit download, and it'll go into wherever your downloads are on your computer.
And you can make it PDF too if you need PDF for some reason.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's all kinds of options over here. As far as for social media posts, always use PNG. They're just higher quality. But if you're printing, definitely do like a PDF or something. You can also organize yourself by, number one, uploading your logo in there. So you don't have to go dig for it every time. Create a folder with your like your headshot or any images that you use frequently. Also, so you're not digging for it all the time. That is pretty much all that we have to talk about for social media wise. Next is just a note for you guys of offline marketing options, but don't neglect these. In the age of digital everything, we still need to be doing the groundwork. So have your cards everywhere. If you go to the gym, I'm sure there's a section in there to put your cards. If you go into a smoothie shop, a lot of times they have a place that people can leave their cards. Leave your cards everywhere that you can. And then networking is a huge one, of course. As realtors, that's your number one superpower, is networking and knowing people and knowing how to get what you need and who to contact for that. So if you're not a member of the chamber, consider that. Go to grand openings. That's a great place to meet people. We went to one a week or two ago for Pilger down the road. They had a grand opening. It was great. They had food and drinks and music, and it was a fun time. We got to meet a lot of people and ask them about what they have to offer. And even on top of networking with people in your field, giving back to the community, and then these grand openings just for restaurants and stores and whatever, anything that you can just go and say hi and hand out a card or two. Yeah, so networking, mailers, email newsletters, and magazines. I could spend a whole hour on each one of these individually. I do have the information for them if you need them to get started, and we can talk about it another day. But mailers are done through USPS, basically. And then email newsletters, we use Constant Contact. And then magazines are done through Reminder Media. So definitely don't neglect these physical forms of advertising. And then my last note here is just a personal note. Don't let perfectionism stop you from starting. Don't wait until you have the perfect video or the perfect hair day or whatever to do something. Start putting stuff out there today.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it really helped you and that there are things from it that you could take right now to make changes in your marketing strategy and go implement today. That was my goal for you. If you need help in the future, feel free to reach out to me at Grimy Studios on Facebook or Instagram. I do offer full social media marketing for any of my clients. You just have to message me to let me know what you need. Thank you so much and have a great day.